It's cinematic.
It's cinematic.
It's cinematic.
Cinematic.
Welcome to Cinematic with Jay Lewis.
Cinematic.
Cinematic.
On Black Country Extra.
Culture, sophistication, genius.
Black Country Extra.
Well, hello. That's the fabulous Patti Smith with Because the Night, co-written with Bruce Springsteen, who we'll be talking about at some length later on in the show. So welcome all to the November edition of Cinematic with Jay Lewis. You may be hearing this in November, but we're recording it on the 31st of October. Yes, tonight it's Halloween. Yes, that's the Black Country Extra sound effects budget spent again for one more year. It's time to...
Shh, don't tell anybody.
It's time to introduce the team. So, we're not chasing away the trick-or-treaters from the doors of the Black Country Extra Media Palace. It's super producer Linda.
Hello.
And still carving out his giant pumpkin, it's Barry.
Hello.
All right.
You
I'm
know
all
something?
right.
This is even better than having a real job.
Yes, so as you all doubtlessly know, here at Cinematic we trawl through
The classic.
the cult
The curious.
and the current delights of the world of film. So tonight then, after we scared the trick-or-treaters away, we are going to be discussing another reimagining of a horror classic, a biopic about a rock icon, and a very sad farewell to one of my favourite actresses. So, in the next 50 minutes, we're going to have Frankenstein,
Da da da.
Springsteen.
Da da da.
You can see that bit was scripted, that I wrote that bit in. You can tell a spontaneous Linda from a scripted Linda. And a tribute to the brilliant Diane Keaton. So, I'd best crack on.
Black Country Extra.
Okay, so now that we've shooed away all of those trick-or-treaters, it's time to discuss the latest screen adaptation of Frankenstein. This time it's courtesy of director Guillermo del Toro. I caught the film in its limited cinema release a few weeks ago. You can still, if you're listening to this in the first week, you can still catch it at the Lockwork Cinema in Wolverhampton. But it will be made available on the 7th of November on Netflix, and I'm really keen to see it again. Did you know that there's been over 400 different screen interpretations of Frankenstein?
No. I
Jay,
didn't.
hang on, Jay.
Yes.
400? I
Yes.
can remember one or two.
Well, hey, not all of them, shall I say, bear any resemblance to the character there in Mary Shelley's novel. Some of them are silly, some of them plain awful, and one of them's got Sting in it.
Linda.
Oh, dear.
Linda.
I can't. It's just traumatised me from June.
Linda,
Yes.
it is wrong to make fun of people who are less fortunate than ourselves.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
I mean, I could gladly do a whole episode on the film roles of Sting.
Oh, please don't.
It might be the last episode I ever do. Yeah. Yes, and we'll get onto Kenneth Branagh in a. Well, we won't get on. We'll get onto Kenneth Branagh's.
I don't mind getting on to Kenneth Branagh. I wouldn't mind.
Let me tell you about Guillermo del Toro, right? Initially famous for the films Kronos and Hellboy, but for me, it's a film called Pan's Labyrinth.
No, I wasn't into that. No, I could not do it.
Oh. You see, you were going to come in there and talk about Labyrinth, and
Well, yeah, but because Labyrinth is David Bowie,
yeah,
and it's a labyrinth,
and his giant codpiece.
Exactly, and he's glass
Anyway,
ball.
that's what comes from trying to write a script for Linda. Anyway, at the Cannes Film Festival, Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. At the Cannes Film Festival.
Nurse, excuse me, listeners. Nurse, Linda's out of bed again.
Pan's Labyrinth got a 22-minute standing ovation.
Did
the
it?
longest, yes. Yeah, you didn't do that though, did you?
No.
That's the longest standing ovation in the history of Cannes. Right. Del Toro's is also most recognised film is The Shape of Water.
No, yes, I've seen that.
Brilliant. We're on the same page again.
Yes,
Brilliant, fantastic.
yes.
Sally Hawkins
Yes.
won Best Film.
I can see why she did it, why she won it.
Yeah.
Can see why she won it.
Yes, she's ace. Best Film at the Oscars, Best Director. She's great. I love Sally Hawkins. So, Frankenstein. The strapline on the poster for the 2025 version reads, "Only monsters play God."
Yes, now I've seen the advert for this.
Yes.
And
What do
I'm
you think?
waiting for it to come out on Netflix.
Yes.
And I'm keen to see this interpretation.
I think it's fabulous. This is a project that Del Toro's been waiting to do for decades. And I know I get slightly worried when I hear that phrase because I start to think about Megaflopolis and things like that where people kind of, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's like, what is, a pleasure to a director and is an indulgence is not a delight for the for the audience.
Yes.
Yes. It's 2.5 hours long.
That's why I'm going to watch it on Netflix.
You
at
see,
least.
you can pause. Yeah, you can make Barry his cocoa
Yeah.
and his Ovaltine.
I can make sure I've got my scratchings to suck on while I'm watching it.
Yes. Other
Yes.
other mid-time snacks are available.
Yes.
It could have been shorter. In fact, I think that the first act of the film could have done with a bit of trimming. But here's the good stuff. As with all of Del Toro's films, it looks gorgeous. There's intricate details. It's very gothic.
Yes.
The lighting is fabulous. The way the dazzling sunshine pours into the darkened rooms. Exterior sets, wonderful wintry landscapes, breathtaking. The music by French composer Alexandre Desplat, beautifully lush, never overbearing. And then the characters. Victor Frankenstein, the one that stitches all those body parts together, played by Oliver Isaac, which you may recall was Duke Leto Andreas in June. Do you remember? Do you recall?
Oh, no, yes.
I don't.
Yeah,
yes,
you
yeah.
don't, but I
Oh.
like June. I like the second version of June as well.
Yes.
Which is unusual because I don't like remakes.
Yes.
Because you're getting complicated now.
I am,
aren't
yeah.
you?
Del Toro said that he wanted Victor Frankenstein to be like a rock star. And I suppose when Isaacs is at his most enthusiastic, shall we
Yes.
say, when he's hacking away at those body parts and stitching together his creation, he's got that manic rock star energy. And it's not bad for a 46-year-old.
It's quite young.
Anyway, yes. Anyway, being a rock star, he's vain and he realises that when he's created the monster, he may be a monster himself. He's a bit self-pitying. The monster, Jacob Elordi. Best known for Saltburn. Did we see Saltburn, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen?
I've seen Saltburn.
Yes, he's the posh guy that invites Barry Keoghan's character to Saltburn.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We got it now. And he was also Elvis in the film Priscilla.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, the monster was going to be initially played by Andrew Garfield.
Wow. Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not have seen Andrew Garfield in that sort of role. But because he had such a busy schedule, he couldn't do it. Elizabeth, the one that's going to marry Victor's brother, is played by an utterly fab actress called Mia Goth. Horror fans out there, go and find out the X trilogy that Mia Goth is in. Written and directed by someone called Ty West. It's just remarkable. She has one of the best lines in the whole film where she goes, to Victor Frankenstein, like every tyrant, you delight in playing the victim.
Ooh,
The cast also includes Christoph Waltz, Lars Mikkelsen, Charles Dance as Victor's awful father, and the fantastic David Bradley as the blind man. The old blind farmer, yep. Jacob Elordi as the monster. He's different to, well, let's just say, he's not square-headed with bolts through the neck. It's not Boris Karloff. the much parroted version, the one that, it's not going to get mistaken for Herman Munster. But it's so far away from that. But he does do what De Niro did, whose acting chops were the only saving grace of Kenneth Branagh's dire film. is he just gets that loneliness.
It does.
He does get that loneliness, that
yeah.
sort of, and as Del Toro told the person who's creating the creature, he told them not to watch the classic Frankensteins because no one is ever going to top the Boris Karloff version. It's interesting, Lind, because on the one hand, Del Toro wants to be faithful to the novel.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, he goes and makes all these significant alterations, altering characters, the year it's setting, redoing the relationships with some of the characters.
You can be faithful to the novel with the storyline.
Yeah.
But you can change everything around as much as you like, as long as you're faithful to the storyline.
Yes. It's a film is a film and a book is a book, basically. And by the end of it, he's managed to draw from the novel what he wanted to draw. People have asked Del Toro if it's about AI.
No.
Yes, it's about going too far with science, but it's not about faith, guilt, death, sex. Yes. AI, no. Look, this film is available on Netflix from the 7th of November. I heartily recommend it, and I think it's going to be one of my films of the year, which we'll be discussing next month, by the way. You see, that's a spontaneous da. See, everyone?
That was entirely spontaneous.
Now, whilst we're here on this spooky evening, I wanted to play homage to some of the other Frankenstein films that we have known and loved.
Yes.
Now, we had this conversation the other week, very briefly, whilst I was supposed to be mowing my lawn. Never mind. The Curse of Frankenstein has just been re-released on Blu-ray.
Yes.
1957. The first Hammer horror to ever actually be in colour.
Ooh.
Yeah. Christopher Lee is the monster. Scary, but the utterly dashing and completely dastardly, get your teeth in, Jay, played by Peter Cushing. He's the star of that film as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yes.
Hammer made 7 Frankenstein films, and Cushing is in 6 of them. And I think that whereas Frankenstein in some films he's like flawed and foolish and a bit complicated, Cushing is just an out-and-out rascal, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, he's obsessed.
Yeah.
He commits murder in order to get the body parts he wants.
He does.
And he's unfaithful to his fiancée.
Yeah.
And then gets his mistress killed. He's deeply unpleasant.
This is why when you watch it now, I've seen most of those when I was a kid. But like, so when you watch it now, and you're like, it's got a different dimension to it.
It has, yeah.
And so I urge anybody who's seen horror films when they was younger, but to watch them again now.
Yes.
Because you will get a different take on it.
Yes.
And it's absolutely fabulous.
Yes. So, a few weeks ago, when I was meant to be doing that gardening, I asked you about your favourite Frankensteins and your favourite Frankenstein's monster. And what was the name of your first name you came up with for Dr. Frankenstein? You said...
I've got no idea. I've completely forgot.
Top of page 6, Linda.
Oh, yes. I do apologise.
Right.
Now, I must apologise. I haven't got my glasses on because I've forgotten.
That's right.
So I can't say what I'm supposed to be saying, right? We are saying it's scripted, but I'm saying
that's right. It's when she's spontaneous that she's best.
It's very live.
Friends do say to me, they went, do they get to see the script? I went, not until 2 minutes before the show.
No.
Right.
Right.
So a few weeks ago, when we were discussing Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, what was the first name that you came up with?
Frankenstein.
Indeed. Gene Wilder in Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Frankenstein. Which, listener, if you haven't seen it, it is such a beautiful parody and a homage to those early black and white movies, isn't it? It's lovely.
It is. I don't like that film. It's crazy, but that was part of the Gene Wilder.
Yes.
Yes. At this point, listeners, whilst they're talking amongst themselves,
I'd
like to let you into a little bit of information you probably didn't know. In the Hammer horror films, the blood that they use, the artificial blood, was actually made by a chemist who had a shop in Kensington, London. Yes. And they called it Kensington Gore. Now, if you know London, you will know there is a road, a very small road in Kensington, and it's called Kensington Gore.
That's
so
fabulous.
There you go, a little bit of information.
That's fabulous.
Just going back now to Frankenstein.
Yeah, you carry on. Oh, sorry.
So Marty Feldman.
Yes,
His eye gap.
the brilliant Marty Feldman.
Oh, yes, those eyes.
And I loved her so much, Terry Garr as Inga.
Yes.
The humour is, how should we say, it's not subtle, is it?
It smacks you in the face.
It is, and I think the one thing that will always that guarantees to make me laugh is putting on the Ritz.
Put it on the Ritz.
It's almost my favourite Mel Brooks film. My favourite being the Go On.
Which is your favourite?
Go On. It's The Producers.
Oh well, there you go.
We can't do the song from The Producers.
Springtime.
No, we can't. Sure. But I think for true innovation, the 1931 version of The Monster, played by Boris Karloff, it is the iconic one, and I think that one has to be my favourite. So, to recap, you don't agree? No, you don't.
No,
you don't agree.
Because the National Theatre did a play with,
Yes.
oh, God blimey, what's his face? Benedict Cumberbatch thing.
Yes, him.
And Ben Miller.
Yes.
And they both swapped over parts and they filmed it.
Wow.
And it was brilliant, but Benedict Cumberbatch, he overplayed his Frankenstein, but Ben Miller's Frankenstein was absolutely perfect. So if you can get it on the National Theatre,
Yes.
Watch it, because it's fabulous.
Super. So, to recap, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is available on Netflix from November the 7th.
Right.
Curse of Frankenstein and the 1931 Frankenstein and the 1935 Bride of Frankenstein are all available free online at Internet Archive. You will have to go out and buy a physical copy of Young Frankenstein.
If you can find one.
Yeah, I think I bought the last one last Christmas, which I do recommend. And strangely, you can't find Ken Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein anywhere.
No, you can't, and thank God for that.
So, Linda.
Yes?
Change the subject.
Yes.
Barry.
Hello.
We're going on a journey.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Are we there yet? Are we nearly there yet?
Do tell.
We're going to Nebraska.
Black Country Extra.
I had debts that no honest man could pay. From the startling and stark album Nebraska. That's Bruce Springsteen and Atlantic City. Now, when I started the show back in March. Do you remember?
I do.
Does it remember? Yes.
A certain song springs to mind.
Yes. A quiet chap read from his notepad
Oh,
all of his stuff about, music, biopics.
Yes. Falco was a great soundtrack artist.
Yes, because we all know that the greatest music biopic of all time is
Amadeus.
Rock Me Amadeus.
Oh, Amadeus.
Anyway, since then I've been waiting for this I've been waiting for this Bruce Springsteen biopic delivery from nowhere to arrive. Have I mentioned it?
You've not mentioned it once.
Okay. So, hold that thought for a second. Let me tell you about, in the summer, do you remember the summer?
Yes.
I was in a cafe. It was a summer's day. I was wearing a Bob Dylan T-shirt.
You weren't.
I was. And the young person, and by young I mean really young. Not just
young person?
Not just like young to a 57-year-old, which is anyone under 57.
Young person?
A young person, about 20-something. Serving me went, oh, I like your T-shirt. Did you see the film? And I said, yeah, I saw the film. And because that film was a complete unknown with Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan, came out at the start of the year. And in that brief conversational exchange, it struck me that it was brilliant that film where you think, a 60-year-old story of somebody going from playing an acoustic guitar to playing an electric guitar.
Yeah.
Is not the stuff that great cinema is made of.
No.
And but there was something in the way it was written, the way it was directed, the way it was acted that said, yeah. So people who with zero knowledge of Bob Dylan went, yeah, like the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Good. And it was good that, you could do a film about Bob Dylan that was like appealed to everyone, not just, obsessive Mojo magazine readers.
What's Mojo magazine?
It's a monthly music magazine which has like 20-page features on Blodwyn Pig. Yeah, anybody who's in a relationship with a Mojo subscriber, and I'm thinking about the poor Mrs. Lewis here.
Hello, Mrs. J.
Yeah, oh, look, I'm going to be watching TV on my own tonight whilst you're reading a retrospective on the solo albums of the members of Steely Dan. Oh, what year did Donald Fagen's... Yes, anyway, back onto Springsteen. Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Yes.
Right, it's late 1980.
Yes.
Right. Bruce Springsteen has made the double album The River. It's number 1 in America. It's number 2 in the UK. Not yet troubled this hit parade over here with Hungry Hearts. Hit parade. Hungry Hearts massive in the US, but doesn't
even ripple over here.
It doesn't ripple. He's got does the 3-hour shows. He's got a devoted audience, but he's not yet the global superstar. Mm-hmm. So we join him in the film at that point. His manager John Landau, played by Jeremy Strong.
Oh, yes.
From Succession. Oh, he's brilliant. And he's there, and he really cares and looks after his artist. But he's there with the record company executive who's going, I can only see dollar signs. I'm going to want to make more money out of this product.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, to the record company,
go on.
They'd supported him for 2 albums that flopped before
they
did,
but
this far.
I think they got right. Okay, the first 2 Springsteen's first 2 albums really didn't
appeal.
Didn't grace any charts at all, and somehow miraculously his third, he was going to be dropped, and then miraculously Born to Run in 1975. That's the album that saved him, and it's an amazing record. And you just think, where did you pull that from? How did you go from those 2 records to this? I was like having this conversation with my wife the other day. Same with David Bowie. You know, his first 2 or 3 albums just stank the room out and did nothing. And then all of a sudden, Hunky Dory and
Ashes to Ashes.
No, it's Hunky Dory and Ziggy Stardust, and then all of his
I only really got into him with Ashes to Ashes
because you're so young. Compared to the people on this side of the desk.
5 years younger than you. My God.
Shall we talk about Bruce Springsteen?
Please.
Okay. So, that shift into global megastardom doesn't happen. And Bruce is worn out. He's tired. There's something going on in his head. And in that first third of the film where he moves out into the country, and he starts writing the songs that are going to be Nebraska, I just think that part of the film, the dialogue is so poor. He's like, he's going to record the album in his bedroom, and he gets this neat tape recorder, and you have this conversation about what this tape recorder can do. Not interesting, even to a fan like me. Not interesting. I'm starting to glaze over, and I'm a Mojo reader. Then he catches the film Badlands on TV, which is all about the Charles Starweather killings. The film that starred Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, which inspires the song Nebraska.
Oh,
and I'm seeing clips from Badlands. I'm going, no, you're distracting me. And then he goes to the library to kind of research this. And you think, this is just so literal. Artists don't do this. Going, I'm seeing the film. I'm literal. It was like, I wanted more show than tell. The songs on the album inspired by Flannery O'Connor, because he's a big fan of Flannery. And you see the book, and he's skimming through it. And the bit that inspired the song Mansion on the Hill, if I could have screamed into a cushion in the cinema, I would have done.
Yeah, okay.
As Wendy Ide in The Observer said about this part of the film, no music movie cliche is left unmolested. And then they introduced a love interest, which didn't actually happen.
Oh, God.
Which I could see as a device for explaining, some of Bruce's inner turmoil. The one great thing in that first chunk of the film, though, is the flashbacks to Springsteen's childhood and his troubled relationship with his dad, played brilliantly. He's an alcoholic, he's depressive, played brilliantly by Stephen Graham.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And how that relationship would later have an impact upon Springsteen's mental health. And Springsteen's a storyteller, and those dysfunctional characters on Nebraska, they say something about the turmoil in his own life, right? That's, yeah. And do you watch The Bear?
No, I did not.
Right, okay. In The Bear, still called a comedy for some reason, even though there hasn't been a laugh for the last 2 series.
No.
Jeremy Allen White, who plays Springsteen, is Carmy in The Bear, the main chef. He can look forlornly into the middle distance in The Bear, and he's not just standing there staring at a plate of scallops. He's pondering the fault. Whilst he's doing it, he's pondering the faults in his dysfunctional family, his troubled soul, his lost love, and maybe, just maybe, what he might do with those scallops.
It's gonna Do you have the scallops? No, it's just the way I walk.
Actually, I was gonna do a joke about orange chips, but you know, you write them,
Right.
and do they respond to them? No. Anyway, after that awkward first act,
Yes.
the film does get better. You actually see the band trying out the Nebraska songs. Which they don't manage to actually do. And Jeremy Allen White's character just becomes a frustrated guy in a recording studio. They do a rousing version of Born in the USA, but he decides to kind of shelve that for a while. He wants to focus on how Nebraska is going to be done in his way. He's going to serve the scallops the way he chooses. He's going to have the stark acoustic
It's a scallop
album.
off.
He's going to have that star. I'm glad I used this metaphor. It's going down really well, isn't it? It is, yes.
Scallop
yes.
off.
Yes. He's going to have these brooding, introspective songs the way he wants them. Mm-hmm. He's going to be an artist. He's not going to be a stubborn record company product. And the film shifts gear. His relationship with Jeremy Strong's character is brilliant. And then the final final act of the film, where he's sort of making back up with his alcoholic, depressive father.
Okay.
That sort of really choked me. And Springsteen's own acknowledgement that he needed to have treatment for his depression. I was tearing up at that point because, this is really a story about someone's mental health. I thought that later part of the film was brilliant, but it wasn't consistently brilliant. A bit disappointed and a bit pedestrian in places. However, if you are looking for a great film about being a fan of Springsteen.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen a thing called Blinded by the Light?
Yes.
It's a film based on the memoir of the journalist and broadcaster Safraz Manzoor.
Yes.
And his fascination with Springsteen. Mm-hmm. He grows up in Luton in the mid to late 1980s. And it's this wonderful coming-of-age story about being a British Pakistani Muslim teenager. And then he discovers the music of The Boss. And it's fabulous. It's like there is love and story. It's about being an awkward teenager, but it's also the mid to late 1980s. There's unemployment, political unrest, racism. There's so much in there, but it's the universal truth of Springsteen's lyrics that can affect a kid that's growing up in Luton. It's not just about being a blue-collar American wanting to drive a car.
Yes.
His truth is bigger than that. And, that's, the blue-collar thing about Springsteen is a bit of a cliche, but it's that universality, as in Thunder Road. It's a town full of losers and I'm pulling out of here to win. And I'm sorry to anyone who lives in Luton, but that's what Safraz Manzoor escaped. Right. Blinded by the Light is available to buy or rent online.
Cinematic.
It's cinematic.
It's cinematic.
It's cinematic.
Cinematic.
So they opened their big mouths, and out came talk. Talk, talk.
I love Sunset. I'll say it every time I play that jingle. I love Sunset Boulevard. Anyway, shall we talk about some local fabulous independent cinema activities?
Yes.
Right. Lockwork Cinema in Wolvo.
In Wolverhampton.
Yes. They've got a fabulous month coming up, and there's a moment in here which I know Linda will celebrate. 7th of November, The Choral, Predator and Predator Badlands. 14th of November, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Running Man.
Oh, is that Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Running Man?
It's
Or is this
Stephen King, I remember, if I'm correct.
This is not Running Man,
No. 21st of November, Wicked for Good. Yes, it's another Wicked. It's another Christmas. It's another Wicked film.
Lord.
27th of November, National Theatre Live, The Fifth Step. Wow. Okay, 28th of November. Linda's not going to be here because after she's watched Zootropolis 2, she's going to be watching Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
I am the third one in the trilogy.
Ha ha ha. Anyway, so that's what's coming. Lockworks, it's brilliant, it's fabulous. Support, right. The tier goes like this. 1, support independent cinemas.
Yes.
2, if you can't support independent cinemas, go to a Odeon or a normal cinema, and then after all of those, I know I talk about streaming a lot, but streaming is the lowest tier. Support local cinemas. They're fabulous.
Yes.
Right. Last month's show. Let's go over to Pedant's Corner. Oh, yeah. Now, apparently, I know that I said that the incident with the guy getting chopped in half in the lift was in The Exorcist 2. It wasn't. It was in The Omen 2. You just believed me. I have this former hypnotist that you just
I was sure that was in The Exorcist, not The Omen.
No, it's The Omen 2. It's
right.
Yes. I said, the manager in Spinal Tap 1 was using a baseball bat. No, it was a cricket bat. Thanks, Matt from Wolverhampton, for pointing that one out.
Oh, Matt.
And the scene where they did it 127 times in The Shining was the baseball bat scene where she's swinging the baseball bat around her head. And, and Kubrick's going to do it again and again and again. Yes. One of my friends did say that I mentioned last month that we were never going to actually play all 9.5 minutes of Bauhaus's Bela Lugosi's Dead. But they request. Look, we get to do 40 minutes of chat once a month.
We do.
So, Kate, from Lies of the Witch Trial, we're not going to be playing that. So that's Pedant's Corner, and I'm sure people will find out where I've fluffed up. And please.
Black Country Extra.
That's The Age of Aquarius by The Fifth Dimension. From the musical Hair. Do you remember the musical Hair?
Oh, indeed I do.
Right. You do, don't you? You seen it the first time round, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
The reason I'm playing a tune from Hair is because amongst the cast of that celebrated first Broadway performance, Diane Keaton.
Oh.
Diane Keaton, who we sadly lost a few weeks ago at the age of 79, famously the one of the few members of the ensemble that refused to disrobe.
Indeed.
For the bit at the end of Act 1 where everybody disrobes.
Yeah, because you got an extra 50 quid for getting your kit off, didn't you?
You did. And she decided that she didn't want the extra 50 quid.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, her first major... So, going from stage to film, she did a few smaller pieces, but her first major role was in The Godfather in 1972.
I didn't realise she was in that.
Now remember how I said a few months ago that no one in The Godfather was doing it for the paycheck?
Yeah, she was.
She was not. How dare you? How very dare you? I'll be auditioning new producers very, very soon. And how the belief in the project, it aided that film. She's Michael Corleone's wife, Kay. To me, that look on her face at the end of the film where she sort of realised what Michael's really about.
Yes.
That's one of the most powerful scenes in the film. The Godfather is often seen as being this thing about men. But Keaton is as good as any of them in there, I think. In The Godfather Part 2, I think the best scene is where she confronts Michael about that she's had the abortion.
Oh.
Do you remember that scene?
I don't.
It's fabulous. It's one of the finest two-handers I've ever seen. Her and Pacino, it's the epitome of screen acting at its best, I think.
I think it's because she'd got somebody worthy that she could spar against.
Yes, that's it.
And
yes.
that brought her character out.
You know, as with, we'll get onto Reds in a bit, you know, when she's got someone to kind of really act against, it's remarkable. Okay, in the 1970s, she made half a dozen films that were written and directed and starred Woody Allen. Some of which, like Love and Death, I can quote verbatim. Now, since my teenage years, I've been so fascinated with those films, Woody Allen has become, shall we say, toxic?
Challenging. I wouldn't say toxic because he was.
You marry your stepdaughter.
Did he?
Yeah. So is it that Suyi Previn is his his adopted stepdaughter?
Oh.
Yeah.
Troubled.
Let's stick with the word troubled. Anyway, which leads me on to the film that she won the Oscar for, which was Annie Hall in 1977. Yes. Now, I tend to bang on far too much about film directors and writers, and I don't really give that much attention to actors. My bad, don't you think, Lind?
Yes.
Yes. If you're going to prove me wrong on anything, then Annie Hall, I think, is the film to prove me wrong on. Yes, it was written for her. Yes, it was written about her, but the genius of that character is her creation.
Yes.
It's not Woody Allen's, it's her creation. And I think the fact that she then went on to do more serious roles says a lot about her wanting not to just be seen as somebody who does comedy. In 1981, there was the epic revolutionary drama Reds.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's 3 hours, but it's worth it.
Ooh.
She's alongside Warren Beatty and Jack Nicholson.
But again, you've got quality actors that you can bounce off.
Yes. An epic revolutionary historical drama. It is epic. Trust me, it is. Then she did a film called Shoot the Moon with Albert Finney, which is about a divorce. And
yeah, but to be fair, I don't think Albert Finney got quite the rapport with her.
No, and I watched that film when I was younger, and I found it a bit exhausting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the film that really catapulted her late 80s back into the limelight was Baby Boom.
Yes, I love this film.
Oh, yes.
I think it's the best film that I've seen for her.
Yeah, she's a yuppie who discovers that a long-lost cousin who's died has left her a 14-month-old baby. I think she's fantastic in that.
She is.
She's great.
When she's talking to the doctor and finds out he's a vet.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's superb. Then you get her returning to some fairly mild comedies like Father of the Bride, and then an Oscar-nominated role with Something's Gotta Give, where she's alongside Jack Nicholson and Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Because, Jack Nicholson has never really had a woman his own age. He's only had, young 20 and 30-somethings. He's never... Oh, it's brilliant. And there's young Keanu, and it's just fabulous. And so, other than that, Diane, obviously she did... I mean, The Guardian said, they were a bit bland, her later films.
Oh, now The First Wives Club was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. So go away, Guardian. She also worked in film and TV production. She was a real estate developer. She sold mansions, including one to Madonna, I believe.
Wow.
She was a keen photographer, a blogger, and directed music videos, of which, and this is going to blow all of my credibility in one foul blow, the song that we're going to end the show with tonight. When she died, Goldie Hawn said of her that Keaton left a trail of fairy dust, filled with particles of light and memories beyond imagination. I'm going to miss her. She was so great. And before we end the show with that video she directed, can we talk quickly about next month?
You can indeed.
Because what month is it? It's December. It's
going
December.
to be December.
And what happens in December? People make lists of things.
Oh, go. After the 5th of November, everybody starts to get that look in their eyes.
No, I mean dullards who used to write music blogs and have now film critics
yeah.
make their countdowns of
I thought I thought you meant the list.
Oh, well, no.
Not that list.
No.
The list.
No. The lists of 10 best films, 5 best albums. We're doing the best of you. So let's get some enthusiasm going here. Linda.
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
We're going to be doing an end of year best of show.
Ooh,
we're going to be going a cap a pay. The best films of the year in a sort of countdownery kind of way.
The nation waits.
Yes. What are the people of Black Country Extras Cinematic going to say is the film of the year?
Amadeus. No, we can't say that.
Wrong year.
We can't say Amadeus.
Of 2025. Right.
I think that they're going to say it's Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, I know what I'm going to say.
What are you going to say, Jay?
Well, hey, keep my powder dry until the December show. Yes. So, that video, blowing all credibility, and I'll see you all next month, Barry, Linda, and the good folk who listen to Cinematic. Remember, you can comment on Cinematic with Jay Lewis on Facebook. Please do. Here's Belinda Carlisle, and Heaven is a Place on Earth.
Black Country Extra.
Live from the Black Country, online, on your mobile,